I was a college athlete. I played volleyball with Eastern Illinois University. And after that, I was just like any other athlete, kind of struggled with where to go from there. My cousin called one day and said, "You need to try CrossFit." And my husband Luke and I were like, okay, this workout looks like nothing, just like everybody else that looks at it. And so we kind of blew him off, but he just kept calling. We finally looked it up and like, yeah, this looks, how could this do anything for me? Just like everybody else does. It's 21, 15, 9 thrusters and pull-ups, whatever. And so we actually tried it, and by we I mean Luke, because at this point I'm still 8 months pregnant, 9, whatever. And so he started it, and I couldn't do any of the movements because obviously I had a child inside of me. And so I was teaching Luke how to move his body, and we would videotape everything, and then we would watch it, and then we would watch a video and be like, oh gosh, that doesn't look anything like it. And we had talked about, training people, and I don't know, what do you think? And we got our level 1s and still didn't know what was going on. And I'm on the delivery table giving birth to Jordan, and I have the big screen up in front of me, and I just hear the nurse say, "Thinking about losing weight." And it just blurted out of my mouth, "We train people." And then the next thing I know, we've got 40 people on a wait list trying to get into our garage to work out with us. I don't even know how it happened, it just did. You had 6 people running at a time in a tiny garage. People have their mittens on trying to lift the bars because the bars were so cold because they've been sitting overnight. And it was just like struggles, but people put up with it because they loved what we were offering them because they had never seen it before. It just got to the point where we outgrew it so fast and we didn't expect it to happen. And before we knew it, we were renting a building and we had a business. It was just so crazy to us that people were actually loving what we did, because we loved it because it's our passion, but that everyone else was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, it was like one person told another person, and then I had 2 more people calling me, because there was nothing in the area like it. Like, the closest CrossFit gym to us after we affiliated was like St. Louis, Carbondale, so it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. We would go and I would push Jordan in a stroller, and people would ask me if my car broke down and I needed a ride. We would go running with weight vests on, and people would think that we had bulletproof vests on trying to run through town. Like, people looked at us like we were crazy. So, no one knew what CrossFit was. Oh, we've had so many fun people come through the doors. And you learn so much about the people because you're in this tight, confined area, and they tell you stories about their day, and people that I never would have met in my entire life, I still talk to this day because they've become such an important part of my life through CrossFit. And so then from there, Luke and I are both teaching at this point, full-time teachers. I coach volleyball and track, he coached basketball, so whoever wasn't coaching the sport was at home, coaching the gym, taking care of the kids. And I think I was asleep for that entire 4 years of my life. Because I look back and I don't know how we did it. We ended up having to sell our gym to one of our friends so we could move up here to be closer for doctors and family and stuff. Luke and I both tried getting big people jobs, and we tried getting Jordan into daycare, and no daycare would take her. They told us they wouldn't want to take a special needs child.
How are you? What you doing?
The reason I started competing was because every time I competed, I met someone that knew something that could help us for Jordan. And we would go there and they'd be like, hey, have you tried this? Because we keep hitting walls with where we need to go next. So that's why I competed. And I wanted to be on that podium at regionals. I wanted to be the top 3 because they did this thing of travel around the world and meet the competitors. And thousands of people watched that. And I wanted them to see my life. I wanted them to see Jordan. I wanted them to say, hey, I know what's wrong with your daughter. I can fix her so you can have a normal life. We've been to hundreds of doctors and everything's come back normal. But if everything's come back normal, why do I have a kid that doesn't walk or talk? She's the most frustrating person I've ever met in my entire life. I wake up every day and I know someone, but I've never talked to that person. I've talked. I don't know what her day is like. I don't know if she had a good day, if she had a bad day. I don't know. And so my doing CrossFit is so I can not think for 1 second about, is she okay? Am I paying too much attention to her? Am I forgetting about Jake? People take a lot of things for granted in life. With Jake walked early, Jake talked early, Jake can jump on a 20-inch box, and we just kind of took all that for granted. So now when Jordan turns around and looks at us and smiles, like, that's a big day for us because that doesn't happen every day. So like, we take a chance to look at all the small things and enjoy them because, they're not always there.
Ooh, good job. All right, do a burpee.
She's my partner in crime. And for the last 5 years, I've watched my partner in crime fight so many battles. And so that's why I don't stop ever. Because if she doesn't stop, I don't get to stop. And the thought of her never walking down the aisle or having kids or having to live on her own, I'll fight for the rest of my life if I have to. Well, we had no desire to open up another gym because we just figured, I don't know why we figured, we just didn't think we could do it up here. We didn't think our lives could do it. And the more we were away from it, the more it just kept pulling us back in. We had one of our friends call and say they found us a perfect building that the gym could be in, and we just kept saying, no, we can't open a gym. I can't move the kids at this point. They had moved 4 times in the past year. I said, no, we're fighting this out. And then with that, the people above us in the apartment building had such bad bed bugs that it came through the ceilings. We moved back home with 4 bags of clothes to my parents' house. And with that, Luke and I look at each other and say, I think we're opening a gym. CrossFit has done so much for me. I remember when we first started CrossFit, I found my passion again for something, not again, I've never really had a passion growing up. I just never felt like I belonged anywhere. And then I remember doing our first competition and we left, and I said to Luke, holy crap, I didn't feel weird there. I felt like I was normal. I didn't feel like people were looking at me like I was the strange person. I felt like everyone else there was just like me. So that's why I feel like we're a bunch of misfits here, that I don't care where you come from, what you do. You walk in those doors, you're my family. I know you say you hate the warm-up. I love it. It's my time to talk to you guys. It's my time to say, how was work? How are the kids? What's going on with you guys? You guys tell me so many fun stories that, I don't leave the gym, so if anything happens out there, I have no idea what happens. So that's my time to get to know you guys, and that's why I love on-ramp too, because it's like that first initial, tell me everything about you, because I want to know everything. And then once the workout starts, yes, you guys have fun stories, but I need to see what your movements are. I stop looking at your faces and I look at your bodies. Sorry, it's creepy. When people come into my gym, I make them feel like this is the place where they belong, because it's that important to me that I feel home, that they feel home as well. I CrossFit for Jordan because this makes me strong. I can carry her for as long as I need to carry her, and I can stay sane as long as I need to, because she needs me strong. She needs me there, she needs me fighting. But I love what I do with you guys. I love that I get to push you to your limits, like I get pushed every single day. Because I know if I can do it, I can push you to do it too. There's no bigger high than seeing someone do something that they never thought they can do. If you asked me what I was thinking during a workout, I couldn't tell you. I don't think. It's just numb. I don't think about anything. I just go. And when I think I need to stop, I stop. And when I want to push a couple more, I do that. It's just, I can go to a spot and it's just my time where nothing's happening and I just move. Along with challenging your body to do things, you have to challenge your mind. And by going to that deep, dark place, you can push yourself to do things in life more than you ever thought that you could. Because it's uncomfortable there. And it's outside your norm. And if I can push myself to do that and be in that much pain, I can fight through anything in life. I don't quit. I want to sometimes, but then as I sit there and say I quit, I know I'm not going to. I don't have it in me to quit.